was talking about. A child's brain grows the fastest between the ages of 0 to 5.
Okay.
That's when we really want to start developing their love of learning and a parent's understanding of the importance of them having a love of learning.
Yeah, and it's great to learn. I mean, I think I think we could. I guess I'm not a psychiatrist, but if we look at reality TV or we look into the lives of human nature and real things in life, and people are absorbed. They say, oh, and I think that's somewhat the success of it. Listen, we want you to join in on the conversation. Give us a call at 702-647-3688. That's 702-647-3688. We're talking about Acelero learning, teaching our children at a very young age so that they will propel to success. We always hear these studies, sometimes even our children that have maybe integrated within the educational system of, let's say, Clark County after leaving Acelero. And I don't know if those children are subjected to any anxieties, but we hear that some children are experiencing a high level of anxiety in the classroom. They feel out of place sometimes. Do you address? Are your children having any of that?
Yeah, great question. So one thing about our program is that we're an inclusive program, meaning we're going to take children, regardless of their background, regardless of where they're at in their development, even if they have challenging behaviors, and like adults, like kids need to adapt to a new situation. When you come to a place for the first time, like you talked about, you went to college. There's things that were scary. There's things that were uncomfortable. That's for an educated young woman who's, made it to college, supportive, father, probably all ready to go. Still scary. So yeah, of course, if you're 3 years old, if you're 5 years old, there's things that could make you feel anxious. What's important is that we give them that support structure so that they can feel secure. And it's the same thing with challenging behaviors. A lot of people ask me, what do I do when I'm going to the grocery store and then, my kid starts to have a tantrum? Or like, how can I take my kid to school when they're having a tantrum? Well, the thing about it is when we look at social skills, we'll think about it differently than, say, the ABCs. Like, no parent has ever come to me and said, oh, my child doesn't know the ABCs, so I'm going to ground them. They'll say, can you teach them? Well, sometimes our kids struggle with social skills. Well, that doesn't mean we kick them out of the program. That means we teach them those social skills. We show them why they can be secure. We show them different options other than tantruming. If there's a toy they want, they don't have to tantrum and fight over it. They can talk about, what are my options? Can we play with this toy together? Can I wait until there's another toy available? Is there something else that might interest me even more? And so the same way you learn ABCs, the same way you learn counting, you learn your social skills. And so we're never going to kick your kid out of the program because of your behavior. We're going to support that child.
All right, I want to get to our caller. We have a caller on the line. Okay, Brian, give us our caller. Caller, go right ahead. What's your business?
Hi, good morning.
Go.
I want to thank for, can you hear me?
Yes, go right ahead.
Oh, hi, sorry. Good morning, everybody. Just want to thank you for this program. I don't need it.
Okay.
I just have a question. When you say that only if they qualify, if they qualify, they can sign up. What are some of the qualifications to qualify?
The program is, qualifications are based on the federal poverty guidelines and specific needs of the families. So we would ask you to come in, do an application. We would want to take a look at your income for the last 12 months to determine whether or not you fit within those guidelines.
Okay. Go, any more questions? Okay.
So it could be based.
I'm sorry, but that's the thing that I run into. That's unfortunate. My child doesn't get this opportunity because I make too much money. Is there anything out there for my child?
Well, yes. And if you were to give, you can get my number, and my number is 702-927-7651, and I can help you with your search for services for your child outside of Head Start.
What was your number? I'm sorry, 927.
Yes, 702-927-7651, and that's John Thomas.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
thank you. I appreciate the service that you guys are providing to the community.
All
No,
right.
thank you. And the other thing.
Thank you.
You too. So the other thing I'd say is, Head Start is really there to provide for, what we might consider at risk or vulnerable part of the community. And so we serve 1,531 children. Obviously, there's more than 1,531 children in our community. And so that's why there's that criteria to qualify. Often it's by income. It could be with students that have, a disability or an IEP. It could be a child in, foster care. And so there's a number of ways to qualify, but I think what you said is true is that we actually need more early childhood care, more childhood education in our community, and it's something we're always working to expand. Last year for the first time we did early Head Start. Before that we wouldn't accept kids before the age of 3, and so I hope that in the over the years we can continue to expand. And that's why I thank our partners in our community. I thank the city. I thank Clark County School District. I thank, the Clark County, because those partnerships allow us to serve more children. And unfortunately, we're not at the place yet where we could serve every child. But we hope we can help make it work. Find out, if you could be, eligible. But that's also why we encourage everyone to really come out now and apply. Because once you get in, your spot's set. But once we fill up, it becomes a lot harder.
Yeah.
So now's the time.
I do have a family member that may be able to qualify. Will she be able to apply online, or do you have to physically go in?
There's a part of an application that you can get online, but we would like for her to come into one of our centers. And if you give me a call, we can talk about the center that's closest to her.
Yeah. Oh.
I appreciate you guys' service. You guys have a blessed day. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, callers, so much for calling in and hanging in there with us. And then studies have shown that early education means that you're going to be successful with your education throughout. I mean, the studies again and again and again say this. I was just wondering personally about, because, we know technology, coding, programming, and sometimes I'm very concerned, especially if our children are being left behind a little bit because of technology. And how is Acelero learning kind of combating that?
Yeah, for sure. So, obviously technology is kind of the next wave. A lot of our students, a lot of our kids now are going to go into technology. And so we're starting to integrate that more and more into the classroom. I think the hard part is to find that nice balance between helping them with skills versus, just overwhelming them with screen time. Right?
Okay.
Like, they're coming into school, we want them to be learning, we want them to be engaging with their peers and with their teacher. But there's really interesting things happening. Like, people may have heard about the Khan Academy, which does a lot of coding. They just released an app for Head Start students, and so we're looking at possible integration of that. So definitely it's the next wave. And it's funny. My nephew got his license recently, and they said, oh, like, sign here, and he wrote his name in print. And his mom said, no, sign it. He said, sign it. I signed it. She said, no, you wrote it. Sign it. Well, he didn't take handwriting. Wow. They don't offer cursive in his school anymore because they've kind of moved on. And so I think it's just like, for me, it was a shock. But then I thought, in education, you always have to stay on the cutting edge, because while he's not literate in handwriting, literate in technology.
Yeah. And John, we have final words. John, go right ahead.
Well, I just want to say, technology is out there and we're going to have to deal with it. But you have to be able to read. So we want the children to be able to read, and we want their parents to read to them. So that's something that we really emphasize at our level.
All right, you all realize you have to come back, right? Because
Please.
we have so much. I have so many questions. We have so much to talk about, and I'm sure our community they have questions as well. And this is just a learning moment for everyone, the adult and the child. So thank you once again, Acelero Learning. They're still accepting people to come and enroll your children enrollment. So again, you can give them a call. Should I give them a general number? What's the general number again, John? Okay, it's okay, or you could go to the website, www.acelero.net, and find out all the information you need. Michael Mitchell, Executive Director, as well as John Thomas, Family and Father Male Involvement Coordinator, are there to help you. Thank you once again, gentlemen, for being here on Enterprising People. And thank you, everybody, for calling in. And also, again, I want our sisters to sign up for Caravan for Mammogram. program. October the 6th, it's going to be a wonderful activity. We're going to decorate our cars in black and pink, and we're going to caravan along with each other down the Las Vegas Strip, around Las Vegas, and reminding our sisters to go get those mammograms, because black women we're not the first to get breast cancer, but we're the first to die because of lack of care. So again, this is a reminder. Again, give us a call, 702-615-8216. Stand by. Donald Marquez is coming up right after the Enterprising People. We want to thank KCEP Power 88, Las Vegas Black Image Magazine, and also the Southern Nevada Water Authority. And we want to thank you too for being Enterprising People.